Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for coming back for another video. In today's video, I will be showing you how I cook some good old Jamaican stew peas. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, please keep on watching. Today's video is a collaboration with the Cleaning Mommy. Petey is her name. I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
Thanks, girl. Hey guys, welcome if you're new to my channel. My name is Petey Gay and I am the Cleaning Mommy. I'm a wife to an amazing husband and a mom to two awesome little boys. On my channel, I give you realistic day in the life, cooking inspiration, cleaning motivation, and so much more. In today's video, my homegirl and I will be cooking for you guys. It is so amazing and I can't wait for you guys to see it. We'll be cooking some jerk chicken and she'll be doing some stew peas, so make sure you stay tuned.
Hi guys, welcome to our channel. Our posts are all about family, how we spend time together as a family, what we do and how we do them, whether it be for fun or it's something we do just because it needs to be done. On our channel, you'll find makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, or maybe you'll see my husband fixing something. You'll also see us playing video games, or we'll just be hanging out, chilling, taking joyrides, and just having some good old fun. It's just loaded with family fun content. We are DLC Squared.
So I just wanted to show you guys a few of the items I use to season my meat. I use some Jamaican jerk seasoning. They have it in mild and they have it in spicy. But because everybody in my house is scared of spicy food, I bought mild because I'm the only one who likes spicy. So this is what I got. So I put this on the food. You don't have to put anything else. You can only use this. But I like my food well seasoned and I know what I'm doing, so I added other seasoning. So some of the other stuff I added was a dash of paprika, some cayenne pepper, and some ground black pepper, and I also added some garlic powder. So one of the other things you want to make sure you always put on your jerk chicken is browning. So you always want to make sure you add browning because it gives your food color. Jerk chicken needs color, so you have to use browning and you have to use jerk sauce. You can also make your own sauce, and I will put the information in the description box of all the items you need to make your own sauce.
I took my meat out from early this morning to let it thaw out, and I put some water, and this is my meat. Oops. So that is how my meat looks. It's been sitting there for a couple of days now, so it is really good. So what I'm gonna do is see if I can get a knife, and you just want to poke some holes in it so that when you, oops, I hope I didn't just cut that thing. You just want to poke some holes in the meat so that when you use your brush to wipe some of the juice on the meat, it goes inside, because you want to make sure all your seasoning get inside and the meat is extremely juicy. Extremely juicy. So let's just poke some holes. So it's thawed out now. It's no longer ice cold. So I'm just poking some holes. Oops. And then now I'm gonna get my brush, if I can find a brush. I know I have some brush somewhere. I just brought some brand new brush. There it is. So now I'm just gonna take my brush and just wipe the juice on it. And this way you're getting the juice inside the meat. You want to get the juice all up in the meat. The juicier, the better. And like I said, I've been having this sitting for a couple days, so you can ask any Jamaican that will tell you the meat been sitting this long, it is gonna be good. So I'm gonna leave the all the information. I'm going to leave all the information in the description box for you guys. So I'm going to leave the recipe, the direction, everything that you guys need to do. If you don't have a pan like I have that I'm going to show you next when I go outside, you can do it in the oven. But I will tell you the best place to do it is on a pan. So go get you one at HEB or get one at Home Depot. The one that I got it at HEB for $100 2 years ago for my husband's birthday. So now we're just going to take the meat outside. So I'll see you guys when I get there. It's time to check in with Doreen and see where she's at in cooking this awesome meal.
So the ingredients that I'll be using today are some pigtails, some beef because my husband doesn't eat pigtails, a pound of red kidney beans, some coconut milk, some herbs and spices, which I'll get into specifically later on, and we'll be eating white rice with this. What I'm doing now is I'm filling the pot with hot water, and I'm gonna put it on the stove, and I'm gonna let it boil so the salt can come out of the pigtails. So you see that water was cloudy. That means that's the salt that's on top there, and I changed the water about 3 to 4 times until the water is no longer cloudy like that, which means that it has way less salt in it than when we just started. What I'm doing now is I'm grabbing my 1 pound of red kidney beans, and I am going to put them in the pressure cooker. This is just to save time, because if you put it on the stove and just boil it, which you can do, it's going to take a little time before it's cooked. So the pressure cooker is just a quicker way of cooking the beans, and I will be putting the beef in as well, which is also time saving for me, a time saving method. And I'm gonna wash the beef as well. Hubby video bombing me right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some water in the pot along with the beef, and I'm gonna let this cook, I should say, for 30 minutes, about 30 minutes. Head back over to my homegirl Peter Gay's place and check on her jerk chicken.
I haven't grilled in a very long time, so I was waiting for my husband to prepare the grill, and now that the grill was ready, it was time for me to put the meat on. Guys, like I said, I haven't grilled in a long time, so I forgot that the smoke was gonna affect me real badly. Right here, the smoke was messing with my eyes, so I was crying. I had tears running down my eyes, so I was crying, I was sniffling because it was messing with my nose. I have asthma. One of my triggers is smoke, so really I was not supposed to be here because I was inhaling all that smoke and I could feel it in my lungs. So it was crazy, but at the end result, the meat turned out so good, and I can't wait for you guys to see that.
You need got a whole lot of meaning, I don't know how. You need just know how it feels when we're falling in love. Say what you wanna say to me now. I wanna wake up with you in the morning.
My husband wanted some sausage and boudin, so that's what you see on the grill. So I had the sausage there, the boudin, and then I had the jerk chicken. So first we're just gonna let the jerk chicken cook for a while. This was 4th of July weekend, so we took the pool out so the boys can play and have fun.
Say what you wanna say to me now.
is on the grill, you want to keep rubbing it with the sauce because it will dry out and you definitely do not want that to happen. So due to copyright purposes, I do have to block out the music that I was listening to, but your girl was having a blast. I was enjoying myself while I waited on the food to get done. Check-in on DLC Square.
My 30 minutes are up, so now I'm gonna go ahead and take the pressure cooker off the stove, put it in the sink and run the cold water on it so that it can cool down before I open it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pick out all the beef because I don't want it to cook right through, so it's cooked just enough for me because I am gonna put it back in the pot with everything else, which you're gonna see later on, and then it's gonna have to continue cooking, and I don't want it to shred out and disappear in the pot. So I'm picking out all the beef and I'm gonna set it aside. I'm gonna put hot water back in the pot, and I'm gonna have to put the peas back on the stove because it's not fully cooked yet, so I'm gonna put the peas back for another 15 minutes. Beans are done, so now I am gonna take them off the stove and I'm gonna put them back into the sink and run the cold water so I can open the pot. After opening the pot, I put them back on the stove. What you see me do here is I'm crushing some of the beans so that the gravy or the sauce, as some people would say, in the pot is thick, so that it gets thick. That's how you eat stew peas. The sauce has to be thick. And I'm chopping the pigtails just so it's in a smaller size. You know, I don't want them to be whole in the pot like that. Now I am gonna add my pigtails to the beans and water.
Peter Gay girl, we're headed right back over to your place to check on your jerk chicken.
So guys, I'm getting ready to make my 4th of July drink. I tried to make it last night, but the white would not work with me, so I'm gonna try it again. So first you have the syrup. And then you have the Bacardi Black Jazz. Then you have some lemonade, and you have this drink. So I already put the syrup at the bottom, and I added in some ice. I guess I need to add more ice. So we're gonna see how this goes. So wish me luck. This was a fail because I could not get the white to work. I did get the red, I did get the blue, but for some reason the white would not work. So I decided to make a small cup for myself, and the white didn't work in the middle, but it did work at the top. So I'll take it how I can get it. Guys, we took the meat out and my husband is going to chop it up. Once he chops it up, we're going to put it back on. But if you come closer, you can see how it looks. Amazing, right? So he's going to chop it up and then we're going to put it back on. So now that my husband has cut up the meat, we are going to take it back outside and put it on the grill for one last time so it can just completely cook all the way through. Because as you saw when he was cutting it, you could still see blood. So now we're just going to keep it in the pan this time and just let it cook some more till it's time to take it off. It's time to check in. We want to see what you are doing.
Okay, so I just added in my pigtail. I'm giving the pot a quick stir. I'm gonna grab my coconut milk and I'm gonna open this and put it in the pot. Now I'm adding in my herbs. I just put scallion, thyme, and pepper, whole allspice or pimento seeds as we say in Jamaica. Now I'm grabbing my seasonings, my spices. That's some chicken seasoning, all-purpose seasoning. This is chicken flavored bouillon, adobo, all-purpose seasoning. That's a little bit more salty, so I didn't use a whole lot of that. Now I'm stirring my pot so the stuff does not stick to the bottom. Now I'm giving it a little taste just to make sure that I don't need to add any more seasoning. And as you can see, I didn't measure my seasoning, guys. We just know, we just know how much to put. Now I am mixing, this is just white flour and some salt, like a little bit of salt in there just for flavoring. And this is what I'm going to use to make what we call spinners in Jamaica, to put in the pot as well. They always come running when they see me making flour. They think it's Play-Doh or something. Now I'm putting in my spinners in the pot. Stirring my pot once more so that the food does not stick to the bottom, and I turned the stove down to low heat so that it doesn't burn the food. Now I'm plugging in my rice cooker and I'm gonna go ahead and grab my rice. I label my rice because I don't think it's a good idea to mix different brands of rice, just my opinion. And I grab like 3 cups of rice. Now I'm going to go ahead and wash the rice about 2 to 3 times just to be thorough. Now I'm putting in hot water so that it can heat up quickly instead of using cold water. Now I'm adding salt. And some butter. Now I'm gonna stir well. And this is some broccoli and carrots that I chopped up. I'm gonna put them in the steaming basket that came with my rice cooker. Gonna put it in there and close the lid. Now I'm gonna turn it on and leave it. Stirring the pot again, guys. I can't say this enough. If you don't stir your pot, your stew peas is gonna stick to the bottom of your pot. This is the green Scotch bonnet pepper that I'm picking out because if it bursts in the pot, you're gonna have some spicy stew peas, which I don't mind. I like spicy food, but my husband doesn't really. This is my beef that I set aside. I'm gonna put it in now and let it continue cooking for like 5 to 6 more minutes. The finished product, guys, is done steaming, and the rice cooker turned itself down to warm once the rice is finished cooking so it doesn't burn. Voila, minus a pigtail, of course, because hubby doesn't eat pigtails. So this is his plate I'm showing right here.
A few of the go-to sides that I love to have with my jerk chicken is rice and peas, or you may know it as rice and beans, festival, which is this, and also bread. Well, I'm not a big fan of the bread, but I have it sometimes. But I've never made festival before, and I decided I want to try it for the first time. So I am going to be making it for the first time. I did make some mistakes, but I was able to fix that. So you want to get a cup to measure. So you need, I'm using the whole pack, so you need 1 cup of water, which is what the pack said. But I realized not to throw the whole water in there at once, just gently sprinkle it in, because it was so mushy. It was not the consistency that it was supposed to be. So I went and got some gloves because they say you're supposed to use your hands to knead it. But if you saw how horrible it looked, I was just not happy. So what I ended up doing was throw some flour in it, because it is a floury dough, so you can throw flour to make it better. So I threw, I believe it was like 2 small cups of flour on it, and finally got it the way I needed to be. I was reading the instruction, but the instruction didn't tell you to sprinkle the water in. It just says add 2 cups of water. So after you finish, you're supposed to put a cloth over it, and then now I'm gonna throw my oil in a pot and just let that eat for a while, and then once it's hot and ready, then I will put my dough in. A part of the instruction tells you to sprinkle some flour on your table, and after 15 minutes, you let your dough sit in a bowl with a rag over it, a damp rag, and you let it sit for 15 minutes, and then you throw some flour on the table and you rub your dough in the flour, and then you use a knife and slice it into small pieces, and you want to flatten out the pieces so they look like sausage. I think that's what the box said. Flatten it out to look like sausage, and then you want it to be golden brown. Or golden, not brown. You want it to be golden. So right now, these are finished. I had it on high heat, which made it do really fast. So I ended up turning it down to low heat because I really didn't want it to burn. So here I'm just cutting up the rest of them and wait till my pot has space. So I had to stop to go outside to check on my meat. I turned around to look at my son because he was splashing water in the grill. So this is the meat. It is almost ready. It looks so good. So I wanted to turn it over one more time, and then I was going to add some sauce on it again, and I was going to cover it up and just let it sit for another 15 minutes. I believe this whole process took about 2 to 3 hours of cooking on the grill. I honestly don't remember, but I think that was how long it took. So now once I'm finished doing that, I went back inside, turned my stove back on, and decided to do the rest of the festival. They were so yummy when I made them with my dinner. So as a side, I wanted some key lime pie. So I'm just adding some red, white, and blue. I had strawberry, blueberry, and some whipped cream on my key lime pie. Then I'm going to put that away and let it freeze some more. And then now we have the final look of my jerk chicken. Oh my God, it was so good. Looks so yummy. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to both of our channel, and I hope you enjoyed this video.